Hello, 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 and welcome to Teachers Are Talking. I am your host, Lady P, where we're giving you the real on education. I know, y'all, it's been a long minute since I've had my last show. But I had to revamp and get me together, and we had to get this beautiful studio together. Can y'all see the difference? Looks good, doesn't it? Real good. Well, y'all, I'm back and we have an interesting topic today. Very interesting. School started, and we want to talk about, are certain things old school or is it new school? Or how do we perceive it? Do we prejudge or are we discriminated against? But before we get started and get to it, let me introduce my fantastic guests. My first guest is my Nobel Peace Prize winner, Dr. Arthur One. Now, her name is also Cherie. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Cherie. Who are you?
Hello, and she got that right. That is Dr. Arthur One, because I write books and lyrics that are medicine for the soul. But I'm also known as Cherie Williams. I am an educator. I am from Houston, and I've been here in the DFW area for about 5 years now. I love it here. A little bit more about myself. Again, I'm an author. I have some published books. I also am a beautician. I have a lot of hats. I'm a teacher.
She got a lot of hats,
nurse,
y'all.
counselor.
She hadn't even told you about the pillows she make and all that.
I make pillows to make sure that you sleep cute, because I want everybody to be empowered. I am a speaker. I'm a comedian. Okay, so yeah, my list goes on.
Everything, girl. Everything. All right, and then none other than future Dr. Sherry Star Bester. Tell us. I said future. I didn't give you the talk. I said future doctor. She's almost there, y'all. She's almost there. She's working on it. So tell them a little bit about you, future doctor.
Yes, I can do that. My name is, as she said, I'm Sherry Starbester. I am an educator. I've been in education for over 30 years. I did the private sector, and now I'm in the public sector. I teach special needs students. Love it, love it, love it. I tell people if I could, I would teach for free if I could live off my husband's salary. Keyword, if I could. Well, I can't, so I got to work.
Ooh, better than the rest of us.
Yes.
Not for free.
I do. I love it. My pastor always says that when you love something, it's not your job. It's something you get to do. So I have the honor and privilege of teaching special needs students, and so I love it. This September, my husband and I will have been married 15 years, and yes, he did right because he kept me. No, let me rephrase that. I kept him. Wonderful man. I am one of five. My dad was a minister for over 60 years. My family dynamic are teachers, preachers, and singers, and I do sing. So I do funerals, weddings, bar mitzvahs, baby dedications,
That's Sherry Star Bester.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I've been in education, like I said, for 30 years. This year will be my 6th year as a special education teacher.
Very good, very good. So we got a diverse group up here today. So,
Wait 1 second.
Okay, go ahead.
While we're plugging gears.
Yeah.
So as an educator alone, I've been an educator for 15 years this year.
oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I didn't realize it was that long.
It has been
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Gosh. Time goes by, y'all.
Yes,
I guess we've been having a little bit of fun.
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Lot of
Yes,
fun.
true. All right. So let's get into it. We are going to talk a little bit about teacher's appearance. When you see your child's teacher, your coworkers, are they prejudged by how they look? Do you prejudge tattoos? Do you prejudge piercings? How about hair color? Because, some of us do not keep black or brown. Some of us are purples and pinks and greens and rainbows.
Right.
So, do you look at them as if, how are you going to teach? How are the kids going to respond to you? We took a poll, and we got some very interesting responses back. And on the poll on Facebook, we put, do you feel that your parents, colleagues, administrators discriminate or prejudge based off of appearance? That is, color hair, locks, because I know people wear locks,
Yeah.
piercings, eccentric or urban style. Do they prejudge? Now, I would say 90% of all the responses said yes. Several people said they had sleeves and they had to cover up their sleeves. Some people said it depended on their district. They were okay. One girl said she had fire red hair. And she was, yes, fire red. She was terrified. She said, but fortunately, her principal was understanding. Quite a few people said it was not necessarily what they had on. It was racial prejudice. So it was all over the place. But there was one lady that disturbed the peace on this platform. And hers was mostly about God. And now let me quote her. I don't want to misquote her. She said, God says in the Bible that piercing or markings on your body is not to be done.
Is it the New Testament or the Old Testament? Did she clarify? Did she quote the scripture?
She did not give a scripture. Somebody else responded saying, hey, it's not about your appearance and this and that, but, it's what we're giving your child. She went on and said, teachers are giving her kids a bad example. So, let's talk about that for a little bit.
Let's just dive on in.
Dive on in.
I think we need a moment of silence.
We need a moment of silence. Because God said that in the Bible that we are not to be piercing and marking up our bodies. Now, someone did go back and ask her, is that the Old Testament? She never did respond.
Okay.
But, somebody else jumped in and was saying that people like her, give God a bad name and church a bad name. But it's not about, one lady, she said that her sister is a teacher, one of the best teachers out there. Pink hair, sleeve tatted up from the neck down. What's the...
Well, I mean, my standpoint, I would like to say first to address the example, how teachers are giving her kids a bad example. My concern there is, when was the last time any of you heard a child say that their hero was a teacher? My example in life and who I want to grow up to be is a teacher. My third grade teacher. No, I want to be like Cardi B. I want to be like Nicki Minaj. I want to be like Halle Berry. I don't want to be like Miss Johnson that's coming to class every day with her jeans on.
No,
and
her slacks.
Her slacks.
And her blouse.
Her corduroy dress on.
Okay, watch it.
Oh.
Watch it.
Are you the corduroy dress?
No, but
we know you're not the slacks lady.
She got that corduroy dress in that closet. Now, you're not going to sit here and tell these people you don't have no corduroy dress now.
Now, I can say for me, I did have a student to tell me that when they grow up, they wanted to be a teacher just like me. And for our listening audience, I am the old school. Dr. A is the new school.
We can kind of figure that out. I think y'all close to getting it by now.
I don't know. Some people, you have to do that differentiation. They need to understand.
You are correct.
She is definitely right. I forgot because you work with the. I got
Okay.
She works with them.
Break it down.
Ooh, I think she went too far by saying that in the Bible, the piercings and the markings, you shouldn't do that with your body. But my thing is that stopping my kids from getting an education? Is that stopping my students from learning? Or let's take it another route. Is that showing them how to be creative? And or is that opening their mind that they can possibly live outside the box? Do they have to stay in that box? Do they have to stay in the box?
As educators, we always tell our scholars, and I try not to say students, I say scholars. We always try to teach them to think outside of the box. But on the other hand, we are professionals. We are setting the standards. Some children may not ever know what professional dress look like. They may not ever know that. They may think professional dress, and I'm not knocking anyone, so please don't call me, don't email me.
I'll send
don't
you
say
her
it outside my
email. I'll
house,
send
don't
you
do
her
that.
phone number, her number at her in her classroom. I'll send all that. I'm gonna post it.
Wearing baggy pants and all that hanging out, no, that's not professional. The tattoos, you can cover them up.
I don't
if
want to
that-
cover them up.
Well,
That's a part of me.
I'm sorry, but
Well, I just wanted to say that one of the things that you said, I want to encourage what you say. Get the right word for me. Now, I'm a science teacher, y'all. I ain't no English teacher, so I might say words that don't sound right. I
That's
don't
all
use
right.
all the syllables and stuff.
That's all right.
But you said that we want to encourage our students to be professional, and does that professional appearance, is that a part of the curriculum? Is it a part of the teacher's educational responsibility to teach them to be professional?
okay, we can still
Just to clarify what you were saying.
I think so, because in the society that we live in now, it's no longer my three, your three, and no more. We are setting a standard of professional, how we need to act. When you go into a Fortune 500 company, people that are dealing with trillions and billions of dollars, you're not going to find John Doe. Now, he may have tattoos, but they're going to be covered up. You're not going to find nobody with the Rainbow Coalition up in their head. You just not going to find it. Unfortunately, that is the society we live in. And as educators, yes, this is my personal opinion again, and I'm not throwing shade at anyone.
I feel shade.
I'm not throwing shade, but it's kind of hard for me if I was a student and my teacher came in. She's got the Rainbow Coalition in her hair. She's showing everything that I don't need to see, and the dress up to the wazoo. Okay, I'm not trying to hear what you have to say. I'm looking at, dang, my teacher is fine. I'm not gonna ever miss her class. I'm gonna be there every day.
Now,
she got on today? I'm just saying, that's me. I'm just saying.
So do we tie what you're saying to an old school, new school though? I mean, here's the deal with the old school, new school. I wanted to also bring that back up again. Old school is exactly what it sounds like. It's old. So we're teaching young kids. And where the disconnect comes in at is because the old school doesn't want to come to new school. Old school wants to stay old school, and therefore you disconnect with the youth of today, and now you having that war. Now we're butting heads. Now you have Johnny who doesn't want to listen to said old school teacher because you can't connect. You don't know what's going on right now. You don't look like me. You don't look like what I see every day. So we have to, again, define the line between old school and new school.
So, your version of old school is slacks, blouse, cover up. If you have a dress that shows a shape, cover up. Correct?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. Please elaborate.
Let me elaborate. When I say old school, I mean you come in, you're professionally dressed.
Suit?
You don't have to look like Mother Teresa.
Definitely Mother Teresa. As soon as she said that, I just thought Mother Teresa. I want to pray.
Douglas, 19 kids and counting. You know, you don't have to look like them.
What?
But you know, you can have your little dress on that's, you know, showing a little shape, but what I'm saying is professionally dressed. Okay, I don't know if you can see me or not.
Is that interview clothes? Like what you would wear to the interview?
Yes,
let's make
and even
yeah.
now with interview clothes, kids, students, scholars, they don't understand when you're going in for an interview, you got to be on your A game at all times. You can't come in there with them pants hanging down. You have dreads, but you hadn't taken care of them. Look like they hadn't seen nothing in about 20 years.
Nothing, huh?
A shirt hanging all out, and you flop down, and oh yeah, what's up? No. They need to know you've got dreads, okay? They need to be presentable.
So
and
is
what I
that-
mean by presentable, you can have them hanging down. That's cute. And you know, I like dreads.
So is that our job to teach them that? Was that your, yeah?
That
Is
was
that,
what
is
I
that
was
are we
going
supposed
with
to?
Unfortunately, as educators, we mamas, we daddies, we the cook, we get them Easter clothes, Thanksgiving,
We do.
Christmas. We run the gamut. So as far as being a teacher per se, we not only just teach, we do the whole child.
We do, but I want to say, as far as the whole child, how much time are we actually spending on giving them the education they need besides
Exactly.
giving them the social skills,
Yes.
how to dress,
Yes.
how to respond to people? Now, we're giving
We with them how long? 180 days?
180 days,
Okay.
and some of them more than that because we see them on weekends after school and all of that.
Sure.
So, when do we have time to teach? When are we supposed to throw in our teaching after we've shown them, pull up your pants, we don't wear that, or you know, you have on Jordans, those are nice, but your shirt's pulled out.
I think Ms. Bester is saying that we are supposed to model this
Okay.
professionalism.
Okay.
Okay. But again, I wrote down the word act when you said we want to show them how to act. And that's where some of the people who responded on your Facebook page is saying how I act and how I look are two different things. Therefore,
That's right.
that is a prejudgment. Now you are taking what I look like and making that as to who I am as a professional.
That's
and
right.
that's the part where we are getting the disconnect. Even with our entertainers, we expect our entertainers to be priests and preachers, and they can't mess up. They expect teachers to be priests and ministers who don't have a life outside of going to school and going home every day. Better not see Miss Smith at the club.
But not.
Better not
But
see
not.
Miss Smith at the club.
Miss Smith, what you doing here?
Baby, I seen one of our parents' mama said, "Oh, girl." She was like, "Hey, didn't you, what, ain't you?" Girl, I'm like
Not
this,
today.
starting this way. We slide to the left.
Y'all, we getting into an interesting topic and conversation. Give us a call at 203-802-5694. Are you the one who saw Dr. Arthur at the club? Did you see her call in? I will say this. You keep saying the dress. And you've seen how I dress. You see how I dress at school. Now, I have to admit, I am shapely. I'm curvy. So, sometimes my dresses fit me a certain way. Now, a girl next door without that curve, it's going to look different on her. We could have the same dress
Same
on.
dress, yeah.
My dress, as I was told by one of my students, I was not appropriate. Yes. Found. Yeah, that's what I said. I was offended. You have the audacity to tell me I'm not appropriately dressed.
And I don't even know what to
call-
say on that. I don't even have a comeback for that.
You
one.
you saw the dress because I came running to your room and I asked you and you was like, it's cute, nothing wrong with it. She said, because I am shapely, the dress was not appropriate. Now, how do you respond to that? I can't help how I'm shaped. I can't help I have areas that just show through a dress. And so, how do we respond to that?
Old school. Let's make sure we know who that
Okay,
question
old
is.
school. Okay.
Because you saw the dress.
The dress was nice, but when I'm stating about dress, this is what I'm stating. If you can look at me, I'm a big girl.
You are not a big girl.
Okay.
I
I wear probably about a 10, 12.
That is not a big girl.
Now,
That's not.
I got some kadonka as they say.
That's all she got.
All right. Now, I would look a hot mess coming up there trying to squeeze all this in a size 8.
I wasn't in an 8.
No, that's
I
what
mean,
I'm.
I wasn't
That's
squeezing.
what I'm saying is
It was
when
right
you
side.
appropriately
Looking like-
dressed.
Looking
Okay,
like
what
biscuits.
she had
You
on,
look
I
like
know
a
what
can
she's
of
talking about.
biscuits.
Wasn't biscuit that day.
You,
wasn't
you,
biscuit
she
that
look,
day.
you look nice in the dress. So I'm kind of baffled that the scholar would tell you that you were inappropriately dressed.
And went and got me a jacket, y'all.
Oh,
I was offended. I was prejudged and discriminated against.
well, I would have
Because of
pulled
my
her.
shape.
I'd have pulled her out to the classroom. Okay, baby. Now, what is it about this that is making you
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable?
There we
I asked
go.
her.
Because
I
my
asked
dress,
her.
it's your dress was hallelujah ready.
It was how
It was hallelujah ready. So if you bent over, you wasn't gonna see nothing. It was hallelujah ready. And you, the girls wasn't singing "Come to Me." No. So I'm trying to figure out the jacket, and she told you was inappropriately dressed.
She
Okay.
said it was because of my shape. Because I asked her about another teacher. Her dress was quite short, y'all. She's only like 21, 24. Her dress was short. And it was club ready. Club ready. And I said, well, how about her dress? Well, yeah, she's a little inappropriate, but she all right because she's all right. So it's all right for her because she's young.
And you know what? I think I would love to hear from the kids, like, because what is a scholar's point of view of
Scholars, baby,
Scholars.
scholars.
what is the scholar's point of view of their teacher? I mean, it still
Right.
goes back to when I look at my teacher, do I see my grandma? Because that's my. Do I look? So does she have to carry herself like a grandma, or can I look at my teacher and see my mama? Now, a lot. We
Well,
work in places where we know what the mamas look like. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Come on, mamas, y'all know what y'all look like. So
Yes.
Now,
do
we
I
do
see my
pre-
teacher that
We
way?
judge them.
Yeah.
We do.
But or do I see my teacher as my aunt or my cousin or my
That's
son?
true.
So
That's true.
like I like what you said. It says what's making you offended. So she thought you was Auntie Betty. She definitely had put you in Auntie Betty position, and you jumped over to Niece and them, girl, and you didn't mess that girl whole life up. Girl, she was like,
No, she looked at you as Sister Johnson in the Amen
That's
choir.
it, that's
And I don't understand why she put me in Sister Johnson's choir. I am not
That's-
Sister Johnson. I mean, I do have lectures, and I do talk, and I do give them life skills, a lot of that. But I'm not
Sister Johnson.
Sister Johnson. I am not in the choir singing Hallelujah. I am not doing that. So,
I teach. Look, I teach.
yes.
I'm Sister Johnson. I'm in the Amen corner. I'm in the choir. I'm
We
on
do
the
know.
usher board.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
the greeter.
You are correct.
Yes.
But I know for me, as I teach my scholars, yes, I do like to show my legs, but I'm not gonna have
She ain't
on
showing
a
much leg, y'all.
short dress.
It's not sure.
But my scholars, they will tell me, Miss Bester, don't wear that no more.
So
And I'm like, okay, well, what's wrong with it? Don't wear that. That don't look good on you.
Yeah, they will tell you that.
they will.
They
tell you
will
that.
tell you that.
The honest truth.
Oh,
So Ms.
Ooh.
Besta, they definitely judged you though, correct?
Yes.
And so here we find whether or not the judgment that someone perceives of you is correct. And if it is correct, can you own it? If it's not correct, can you defend yourself?
Well, with my scholars, I always tell them, okay, now y'all know Miss Bester's old. Sometimes, I may be getting dressed in the morning, don't have my glasses on. So
you own it.
if I'm not on it, then you tell me.
Okay.
They're gonna check you. They're gonna check you on
that's
it.
true.
And so this particular day, I really thought I was looking cute. And it was two of my young men that said, "Oh, Miss Bester, don't wear that anymore." I'm like, well, what's wrong? They was like, They couldn't even tell me what's wrong. All I got was, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I will not wear this again. And I didn't.
So question. We all have our own style of how we come in our classroom. I mean, Dr. Arthur,
Yes.
you have your style.
Yes.
You are a heels person.
I am.
Yes, she heels, y'all.
Stiletto.
Stiletto
I like to
heels.
stand tall.
Yes. And she comes in stepping tall in her classroom. So I'm in between both of y'all.
Okay.
I may have my wedges. I cannot walk or step high in my stilettos, and I will have my in between my dress. That's yes. This is yes flats.
In flats. Okay.
Flats. This is flats right
Yes.
here.
Yes.
So, does our appearance affect our classroom? Does it affect our classroom behavior? Does it affect how we teach? Does it affect our kids' learning style? How they learn?
I would like to add in, can it be monitored? Like, is there a way to test whether or not your appearance or our
See that-
differences in appearances?
See, that's that scientist in her.
I know. I'm a science teacher.
Go ahead.
But
That's
but
good. That's
Can,
good.
Can we assess that? I would definitely like to try that
Yeah.
experiment because I can say from experience, though, it's again when compared to another teacher's class. Who I have a teacher now that I work with, white top buttoned up and black slacks every day.
Button
If you
all the way up.
open the closet, it's all white shirts right here, and then if you look at the bottom, it's all black pants right here. Like no differentiation in color.
Okay, don't be knocking black and white because I'm the black and white
Oh,
queen.
If you don't put a red or a blue in there somewhere, I just want to
should-
accidentally waste something on his shirt so he can have a little color going on. Oh, excuse me, yeah. That's. But again,
Okay, so you said that's a man, right?
Yes, that's
But
a
is
man.
there a difference with men? Is there a difference? Are they looked
That's
at
good.
upon the same way we're looked at?
Right.
Because
I don't
men
think
could,
so.
no,
I don't think so.
I don't
either.
think so.
They're not.
I don't think so.
even if they have dreads.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because they could come in, all of them, they could wear the same thing every day. Do the kids say, "Ooh, you wore that yesterday,"
Well, no, the kids do get on this particular.
Oh, do
They roast him every day.
and he does not care?
He does not care. he owns it.
He owns
He
it.
owns it. Yeah. If you knew Mr. Bean, you know Mr. Bean. I know the show Mr. Bean, the character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's Mr. Bean.
Oh,
So
no personality either. Huh?
no.
Okay.
And so then you have another person who is coming to school every day. Say you want to look like a nerd today, or you know you got your short dress on, you got your pants on, you got your like very differentiated in dress. Come on, differentiation.
Yes.
So yes, and you're differentiated in your dress. So the kids are like, I want to go to that class. Like that vibe, that differentiation is more attentable. Like I want to pay attention. Here it's boring. I see you every day looking the same way every day. There's no spark. There's nothing new. Again, sometimes that puts you in an old school because you are consistently carrying on that.
Boring.
Okay.
Well,
So-
I didn't say it.
So-
okay. I'm gonna own
So
it.
does
I said
does that
boring.
change our personality? Does now I will say this: how I feel and how I dress. Because if I'm not feeling good that day,
Yep.
I know my hair may be it may be a little mess. No makeup. I'll try to throw my lashes on so I can feel a little, look a little presentable.
Look.
But what I may put on, it's going to be kind of old school. Might be my little slacks and a shirt.
My kids call
And
it
flats.
"Don't bother me today."
Yeah.
Miss Bobby Williams, you bought flats today, Miss Bobby Williams today. Is a "Don't bother you" day. It's right. I'm walking around the classroom today. I'm on it today. Don't bother me.
So that affects our teaching, right?
Well,
That's a good point.
for some, I'm gonna say for me, you've seen me in action.
I've seen you in action.
I wore flats. I had a total knee replacement, so I can't wear heels anymore. Not that I wore heels
You
anyway.
didn't wear them anyway.
I didn't wear them anyway.
Just kitty heels.
Them knees was mad at you. That's why they need to be replaced. They was mad.
But you come in my classroom, my scholars are on point, and they'll tell you at any given time, any given day, I may bust out singing a tune to an instruction that I'm giving. I may start singing it.
She put fear in them, y'all. That's all it is.
No, it
That's
isn't.
personality.
Yeah,
That's
it
personality.
is.
What you're
It's-
saying.
it's not. So
if you
what-
switch it up like that.
Yeah, I'm
for them.
constantly switching it up, but I consider myself an old school teacher. That kind of style set to a certain point. Now I'm not gonna be like I said, looking like the mother on 19 Kids and Counting and Mother Teresa, because I do like to show some leg now. But you are not gonna find me with the latest hairdo. You're not gonna find the Rainbow Coalition up in my head. you're not gonna find tattoos on me. Or if I had any, they would not be visible. So it just kind of depends on the kid,
That's good.
mentally where they are at, and moving on from there. Because like y'all had, I think you had said Dr. R.
Arthur.
Dr. Arthur.
Arthur.
Dr. Arthur. See there?
Say this
Not
name
only am I
together.
old school,
Dr.
I got a little bit of
Arthur one. Don't forget the one. On the
Dr. Arthur one.
There we go.
Not only, I think I got a little autism. I mean, not autism, but dementia. I can't even remember the name. Dr. Arthur one.
Yes.
See, I done lost my thought. Y'all go. I got to come back to what I was thinking about. Hold on. Now, go
Okay,
ahead, I
so
lost.
we've talked about how the kids prejudge us. We've talked about how the kids view us. One thing we have not discussed, how do our colleagues see us? Do our colleagues, do they prejudge us when we come in? Are they the ones talking behind our back? Are they the ones that saying, ooh, look at those dress today. Oh,
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put it out there.
Me too.
I'm gonna put it out there.
Guilty.
Okay, I'm very guilty. I have a problem when we are teaching scholars, young minds, and you coming in, your dress is so tight, or those pants are so tight, I can see your thumb.
Wait,
I
first
got a
of all,
problem with that.
Hold on. I'm not teaching them about my jeans now. Because I feel like you're talking to me. You're talking about my jeans right now, Miss Vesta. Because they're a little tight. I don't need all that looseness in there. I need it to fit. So,
But I've seen you in action, and I've seen you
She's a
when your
phenomenal
clothes
teacher.
are tight. But we don't see your panty line or your thong line. Now, if it's that
well, there's
tight,
no line for a thong.
if it's well,
sometimes, depending on what kind of pants you wear. That's because people don't know how to dress. Now we talking about fashion. Now, y'all, come on back over here to the...
I mean, I'm serious.
But I got you.
We got you.
I was at a high school I will not name. I walked up in the building. I see this teacher walking down the hall. She had on the heels. I like the heels. The heels was banging.
Okay.
But when I moved upward and onward, I was like, I know darn well that joker does not have that white dress on, and you can see her thongs and them butt cheeks. I'm like, did she just left the club and
That-
came straight to
No,
work?
that was a fashion 911. Like, somebody did not teach her the proper way to wear white. That's different. And then now we teaching fashion.
Now,
Uh-uh,
that's right.
no,
We still don't get it.
we're not teaching fashion, because when she walked in that classroom, wasn't nobody thinking about whatever she was teaching.
Well, now if she was in high school.
Definitely. They weren't thinking about what she was teaching.
They-
anyway.
Well,
No, they weren't.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
high school.
She just wanted them to look forward.
They was looking all right.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. That lesson is to pay attention. You don't know. You don't know what that is.
That's so true.
You don't know where she had to go
She
to
may
the
have been
to
struggling.
engage them children. Engagement is everything.
Honey, she was doing a lot of differentiation that day. Like,
Oh my
seriously,
God.
I was taken back, and I'm like, "Aroo?" And I know that dress was squeezing. Help
So,
me.
do you think that her other colleagues did not say anything, or her other colleagues were talking behind her back?
Oh, I guarantee they was talking behind her back. And if you had a true old school, had that been me, I'd have said, "Baby, come here. Let me
But
talk
see,
to
that's good.
I
That's
said, "Come
good.
here, baby, let me talk to you right
would've-
quick."
That's a true. You're right. So true old school. We have to say they will pull you to the side, and they will say, "Hey, let me explain this to you, or let me say this to you." That's true. So old school. I will give that to old school. I will give it to old school. They will educate you on how you need to look.
So that means new school, we the ones
Talk behind your
that are
back.
talking behind people's back. And see, let me tell you what happened with the new school, old school. I'm gonna explain what happened. So what happened
ahead.
was the old school person pulled them to the side, and the new school person said, "I'm not gonna ever do anybody like that," because their feelings was hurt, right? And so instead of hurting the lady feelings, we just talk behind their back.
Is that
For you to talk about behind her back when she does it again, like we do with our scholars, we correct the behavior. I'd have pulled her to the side. Now, baby, come here. Now look,
I'm gonna work on that this year.
I understand X, Y, and Z, but you are an educator. You are a professional. There is some things that you should not wear. You are dealing with young, impressionable minds. They already there. Anything you wanted to teach them today, baby, they weren't looking at that. They purposely dropping pencils,
But again-
purposely cutting
Now,
up
I've
so
had
you
that.
can.
Now, I have a story on dropping pencils. Again, I am a little curvy, so I had a student that he was in a wheelchair, and he would always drop his pencil, but I did not know why. And finally, a teacher explains. This was my first year of teaching, y'all.
I think I know who you talking
Yes,
about.
you do. Yes, you do.
Yes.
Miss Switchcott had to teach me not to ever pick up his pencil again. And he had a habit of doing that so he could see certain things in certain areas. But
He was smart.
he was very smart. But that, students find a way to see and do what they want to do. So even if we are dressed appropriately, they still see what they want to see.
That's good.
Even by him falling out of his wheelchair, rolling on the floor, and having his little phone on the little camera and taking a picture. Yes. And taking a picture. That he still found a way, even by me having on a long dress.
I have
Took
a
a
question.
picture.
I have a question. Who,
Oh.
whose role is it to have this conversation with teachers?
I will say, and I'm glad you said that, because I just finished my first week back at work without the children, without the scholars, and my principals specifically stated, let's keep it appropriate. We're not gonna have all your goodies showing, ladies. Let's make sure we covered up.
She says that every year, though.
Let's make sure your dress is thumb length, gentlemen, pants, shirt, and tie.
Right.
That's non-negotiable.
Right?
So if your administrator has already put it out there, this is the expectation, then I need you to follow in line, because we cannot get on our scholars when they don't follow directions and we don't do it either.
No, yes, we can, because old school said you do what I tell you to do. You don't do what you see. You do what I tell you. Now, that's old school right there.
And mind you, she is old school.
Now, old school can flip a little bit of new school together, and you got triple old school. But yeah, so you've sat in those meetings, and when the expectations, and then when they send you home, then you looking crazy.
Because my
then you want to
closet-
call.
I was.
My closet doesn't look like that.
And then you
doesn't.
want to go home. Then you want to call UEA. I'm just put this out here. Professionals. The late Renee Ruffin.
We don't have to give names.
Huh?
Go ahead. We don't have to give names. You
When
already
she
said
came
it.
into our building, and those of you know Miss Ruffin, she was always on point. And I remember one time I had something on. She did old school. She
did.
pulled me aside. She says,
did.
"Baby, come here. Now, where you going? Now, next time I come in this building, I don't need you to wear that. You are a professional, and I need you to dress like a professional." I said, "Yes, ma'am." I had 2 other administrators that I worked for, since we ain't supposed to call names.
Please don't.
And these were you wore stockings, and I remember, and that if that dress wasn't long enough, they will send you home.
The issue here we find, audience, is that there are a lack of teachers in the state of United
The country of United.
because the young teachers coming up today are not wearing stockings, nor slips, none of the underoos, none of this other stuff. And therefore, here is where new school and old school has to meet at that line. Because you want me to teach these kids out of college. You're hiring me. You're going to these different places and you're begging for teachers to come in. I had a principal, he was wonderful. You know, my principal was wonderful because he did not care what we wore. He cared about how we related to our children, how we reached our children, how we saved them, how they learned, what they were taught. You know, those were the things that they focused on. Again, we can also compare this to the church, since we've been bringing up the church. Even the church has taken a hit in attendance because at a point they were so big on what the person had on and not preparing the person to get to the upper room. You know, so we're still finding that old school, new school, we have to come to a common ground. That yes, it may not look appropriate to you or to the kind of era that professionalism once was, because it's not there. I'd have been. We know it's not there. So what professionalism once was, meet me halfway. Give me a uniform. Tell me exactly what it is that I need to go to. Palais Ross. Is Palais Ross still a thing? We got to go to Palais Ross to shop for teaching clothes. It's got to be a whole teaching store where they show. They don't have nothing up in there but teacher blouses.
No, it is not. It's not here anymore.
We need to have.
It is no longer.
Okay, so
no.
We need to have one of them. We need to have a store where.
I'm not wearing that.
You're not wearing that.
I'm not wearing. I will modify.
I ain't need. I'm just trying to help the people.
I will modify my shirts before I wear that. It's no.
Modify the shirt.
But with these new school, young, impressionable teachers, if you have a seasoned administrator, they're going to lay all that out on the line, point blank, day one. When you have that, it's going to be laid out there.
So remember, the original question was whose role was it to question, right? So then once the teacher messes up with wardrobe, is it the principal's point of contact to that teacher,
or seasoned teachers,
or is it the
seasoned teachers?
Who is the person that's going to go and tell the teacher, hey, you know, you shouldn't wear that?
To me, it would be. It don't even have to be a seasoned teacher. It could just be a teacher who been there, and it could be you. Best to come here. Now you know you.
I'm gonna be like, girl, that's cute.
You know, seasoned teachers nowadays are 3 years. If you can make 3 years,
True.
you know you seasoned.
That's true. If you can make the first year,
after the first, that's true. After you, especially in certain schools, after your first 2 years, because first year, you know, you just made it through
badly.
You think you
year 2, you know, you think you got it. So by year 3, you are seasoned, you good and ready. Yes. But that's a shame that nowadays 3 years is seasoned. But let me get to this question. So you guys are saying that it's up to probably both, right?
I would say both.
Both. Yes. How about parents? Have you had a parent come in and correct you on how you look?
That's interesting.
Well, for me, I have not had to experience that type of situation, because you're talking old school with a little bit of new school.
No, it's old.
So
I would say you would probably experience that type of correctioning if, depending on what school area you worked in.
That's true.
So we all work on the good side of things. The good side, drop the G, good side of education. And so, no, the parents have never said anything. If anything, the parents had to ask me, am I a student? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though.
I mean, I've had that question too. I've had them, but they kind of mixed me up with a kid a couple of times. But that's for a different reason. That's because some of our kids we all look the same. But that's
another whole show.
That's a whole nother.
That's another whole show.
Yeah, that's something totally different. Something totally different. So maybe in our particular area, we may not see parents coming in dictating, oh, you look. But if we were in a different demographics, a different type of area,
side of town,
correct. We may see parents come in and have a few actually on the survey, there were several people that said that they were questioned and asked by parents, what do they plan on teaching their kid
Wow.
since they are dressed a certain way.
See, at that point right there, I'm gonna have to pray because
What you gonna do? Doctor, what you gonna do?
God, please let me keep my job and not do two chops to throat.
You know where you at though.
But
You know where you at.
But the flip side of that, you could come back, doctor. Okay, well, what have you taught them to be ready for my class to begin with?
oh,
Yeah,
that's
there
a
you
good
go.
one. That's
There
a
you
good
go.
There you
one.
go.
See, that's why you need old school. Hallelujah. See, I just prayed and the Lord answered through old school and new school. We coming together.
That's
today.
See, they wouldn't expect that.
They wouldn't.
But you hit them with that.
And that's the look you'll get.
Wow.
That's the look you'll get. And then they'll
What
have
do you
something to
plan
respond.
on teaching my child today.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
That's deep.
So, ladies, we have talked about our appearance from a old school perspective. We've talked about it from a new school, stiletto, high heel wearing perspective.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at
My
you.
kids pay attention.
That is it. They pay attention.
They pay attention.
I bet they do.
Scores are skyrocketing, and that was the thing that we were talking about with how can you measure it?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's taking away from their education.
You may be right, because I have had a few instances where I'd say a few. It's not often, but maybe once a week. Miss Thomas, you looking? What's the word they use? I can't even think of the word they use today.
Always.
Yeah, it's something new. But in other words, I was dressed, I guess, young, or I was, new school.
Let's say hip.
They don't say hip, do they?
I'm trying to help Miss Best.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you don't need to have Miss Bester. Miss Bester, no.
And you know what? And some of those days are interesting days because they do pay attention. They do pay attention. I have to give it to them. They do pay attention on those days because they look at us.
Yes.
And some of the days when I don't feel my best and I come in with my slacks and looking a little plain, not to say old school.
I don't know
is
how
plain.
that old school, whether plain or not, old school come with her A game every day.
Period.
I'm on point.
She
Coming
is.
in.
She is
The dough.
I'm ready.
all the
I
time.
stay ready.
But we said parents, as far as us, we have not experienced parents coming in and telling us what we should wear, what we should not wear. Sometimes we wish they would come in so we could get a good conversation with them, but we don't get that as often. And administrators, as far as having administrators come in and tell us what should be worn. I know we had an administrator one year. She did a fashion show.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, did a fashion
She
show.
did a fashion show at the beginning of the year to show us, hey, this is what is appropriate. This is jean material. This is chambray. Y'all, I did not know there was really a difference.
What's the chambray?
Looks like jeans.
like jeans.
Leggings?
No,
it
it
looks
looks
like
like it looks
jean
like
material.
jean material,
Oh.
but it's lighter.
And you can't wear chambray?
You can wear chambray,
can
but
wear
you
cham-
cannot. Chambray is a
chambray.
new school thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, or is that? I don't know.
Chambray.
You can wear chambray.
That sounds like somebody's name. You know, you name your kid Chambray. Chambray, Claw. Come on up here, Chambray. I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
You gonna have your
I'm gonna
grandbaby?
put it in the pocket
In
in
the-
the future. I gotta first look what it look like first.
CHA.
CHA, like Cherie.
Yeah.
The short name.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it even more.
See, that's that new school.
Chambray.
Chambray.
She's gonna call me in a few weeks. What
My-
was that name
My
again?
granny name is Chambray.
Like Chardonnay. Poor kid. Not even no. And then we also discussed colleagues, and we had to go there and say that new school are the ones who may talk behind your back, or old school will pull you to the side. Old school is going to make sure that everything is in line. Everyone is following directions. Everyone is going and flowing so that this school is not turning turning amok, as you would always say.
Honey, they running amok up in here.
In the muck.
Ladies, okay, before we close out the show, any final words you want to give to our new educators, our old educators? Anything you would like to talk to them about?
I would say come with an open mind, be prepared, because if you're not, they will run over you.
Are we talking students? Are we talking administrators? We talking parents?
Baby, all the above. All the above. All the above. You come prepared. And this is for the new teachers. Be yourself, but be pure about it, because scholars can pick up when you are running amok. You just talking the talk and you not walking the walk. That's whether you're white, black, red, pink, blue, rainbow coalition, whatever. You be authentic and let them know that you genuinely care about them. You let that be known. Set your procedures and standards, and you model it, and you stay on it for the first 6 weeks. The rest is gonna be smooth sailing. You got it, or else they wouldn't have hired you. Or as Chardonnay said, they might just been begging for you. So hopefully you go.
Chardonnay, Cherie.
Chardonnay is fine because I drink trust. So
See,
I would like to say
there you go. That old
that
school. Forget.
teachers, I want you all to know that your classroom is a stage, and in the years of now, entertainment is the #1 market in America and around the world. We are teaching children who spend majority of their time on YouTube and watching different clips. My kids told me they don't even watch full movies or videos anymore. Everything is a clip. So know that your classroom is a stage. That's first. The second thing is have fun. Education is not boring. Education is not something that kids should shun from or don't want to be a part of. Kids hate school. I hated school because it was old.
Oh man, it was old, but she's a teacher now.
I am.
Okay.
But I'm saying, make sure that you have fun and that your students know that you have a fun side. You live outside of the structure that you create in your classroom. And then last thing is that you can't save everybody. You have to know how to reach one, teach one. That's the name of my book. That's a plug. Reach one, teach one. And that means that every kid has their own individual that you can bring out of them. And if Johnny is being a comedian and disrupting class, help him disrupt class sometime. Don't think that Johnny can't have a future. He might need a stage too. So put him on that stage with you. Sometimes those kids are the kids that can help you have fun. So, yeah, that's my 3 steps.
Your 3 steps?
3 steps of being an awesome teacher.
3
By
steps of
Dr.
the
Arthur One. That's the next book coming soon. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. You have something else?
Let me put a plug in
Okay.
for all the parents who have special needs children, scholars. Make sure you are on the same page with your child's teacher. If there's certain things they like to do at home, teachers are, I'm very open to it, okay? They like to listen to music, great. Miss Bester listens to music every day, all day. Love music. If they need a quiet time about 11 o'clock, let them know, because it's a team effort. Without students, teachers would not have a job.
Amen.
So I'm gonna make sure that my parents are happy. If there's anything that you're doing at home, I'm very open to incorporating it into the classroom. Last thing, parents, listen to me very, very carefully. Make sure you attend your child's ARD meeting. Don't do it over the phone. Don't send Aunt Lucy. You come. You do not let other people make educational decisions for your scholar. Be at those ARD meetings, find out what's going on. If you don't understand, you can stop a ARD meeting and say, I don't understand that terminology. Exactly what are you saying? So be proactive, know what's going on, communicate. It's gonna be an awesome year.
And I want to throw in, since we are talking about old school, new school, how we dress, how we look in appearance, I want you teachers to go in this year, have the kids thinking outside the box. Don't keep them inside of the box of creativity. Do not stop them from being creative. Do not stop them from living within their dreams. Because a lot of times what they want to do is not within our vision. They have to be placed or feel like as if it's a safe place.
Yeah.
Give them a safe place to
Yeah.
be able to come in. And sometimes that may cause us to get out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
So if you have to come in, I know several teachers that said, you know what, if you guys do this and you guys make sure you accomplish this, I'll come in and dye my hair a rainbow color. Or I will do this. So make sure you give your kids a safe place, you're comfortable being yourself, and let them be comfortable being themselves. Before we close out, because we're about to end this, how can they reach y'all? Is there any way
I am Dr. Arthur 1 on Instagram, Dr. DRAUTHOR 1, the number 1. Dr. Arthur 1 on Instagram, and Cherie Always on Facebook.
Well, I do not do social media. I do have the Book of Face account.
Facebook,
and
y'all. Facebook.
It is Sherry Star Bester. So that's
The
it.
whole name.
Yeah, the whole name. Yes. And one last plug for you old school teachers. We know we're not technology savvy. We know that. Let the babies help you. Let the scholars help you, because I'll tell them in a minute. How you do this? Real story. I did not know how to text. It was my students that taught me how to text.
Recently, y'all.
Yes, recently. So, teachers, be open to that. Let your students help you with the technology and all this new innovation that they have going on at school.
And lastly, you guys can reach me. Go to Teachers Are Talking on YouTube. Please subscribe. We need more subscribers. Teachers, the letter R, Talking. Teachers Are Talking. We've had an awesome show today. We appreciate you tuning in.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you
Thank
for
y'all
having
for
me.
coming. I want to give special thanks to my producer, Terry Griggs. She did a phenomenal job getting everything ready for this revamp of Teachers Are Talking. And then to our engineer, Kenny Woodfolk. He did a phenomenal whoop, whoop, whoop. So, again, we'll see you in 2 weeks for Teachers Are Talking. I look forward to another awesome conversation. And again, Teachers Are Talking.